Welcome to our series of webinars and tutorials on the Zultys product line. This video will show you how Zultys integrates with Microsoft Teams. With a Zultys MX phone system, your company can utilize advanced call routing, dialing, multiple music on hold playlists, and more. But if your users are comfortable using Microsoft Teams interface for collaboration with their teammates, you can add the powerful capabilities of Zultys right into the familiar interface. And it's super simple. Here I am logged into Microsoft Teams application, and I click on this call icon here. Now I dial a phone number and call. I have all the usual Teams features available on this call. I could put it on hold, transfer it, mute myself, or open the dial pad. And when done, I hang up the call. The same is true for an incoming call. I get a Teams pop-up, I can click to answer it, and this opens the call screen just like before. From the perspective of a user, I never have to leave the familiar Teams interface, but behind the scenes, Zultys phone system is working overtime to augment my collaboration platform with cutting-edge business telephony features. For example, Zultys' extremely flexible multi-level auto-attendant in IVR. My customer didn't have to repeat their request to 3 separate agents. Instead, their call was routed directly to the person who could help them right away. And for when your whole office is off on holidays, Zultys will handle calls accordingly. And by the way, no limit on holidays. If, for example, your office goes into shutdown for 2 weeks winter break, there is no limit on how many days off you can configure in Zultys. We can customize different music on hold to play for callers waiting in queue for an agent, depending on which department they're calling. Play commercials for new customer discount for callers waiting to speak to a sales agent. Don't play those same commercials when the caller is waiting for the support line for your existing customers. Trust me, I've been there. Your existing customer is not going to be in a very good mood after listening to discounts they can't actually take advantage of. Another benefit is Zultys' call handling rules. All our users can set up personalized call handling rules for their incoming calls. Want to make sure that your number one client is always able to reach you? Easy. Set up a call handling rule to send calls from a specific caller ID to your personal cell number if you can't answer on your work extension. And you can get as granular and detailed with the call handling rules as you need to. You can even make a rule that all spam callers are automatically disconnected. Want more behind-the-scenes benefits of using Zultys alongside Microsoft Teams? How about redundancy? I'm not relying 100% on Microsoft Azure servers for my communications. Even in the unlikely event of an Azure outage, my phone line will stay up and let me stay in touch with my customers. And those are just the benefits that Zultys can bring to your Teams experience behind the scenes. There are even more benefits available when using Teams interface in parallel with Zultys' unified communications client. This is the ZAC client application, and if you have it open on your computer at the same time as Teams, you'll have access to even more features that complement your Microsoft Teams experience. Getting calls with ZAC and Teams working together works pretty much the same as before. I log into ZAC alongside Teams and continue to make calls in Teams. But now, on top of everything available to me in Teams, I can also use the features in ZAC. What kind of features? Let's start with alternative means of communicating with clients. Do you need to send business faxes? No access to a physical fax machine? No problem. Send fax messages from ZAC. How about business SMS? You can send text messages via the Zultys ZAC interface, and your customer will see your business caller ID as the sender. Pretty cool, right? You can communicate with your clients in the way that best fits the client's needs. A really huge benefit that your company can get when utilizing ZAC and Teams is the call center functionality. I'm going to log in as a call group agent in my ZAC here, and now I can get calls to the call group right in Teams. If there are more callers than agents available, the caller will wait in queue with customizable announcements of the expected wait time. We also have our SuperView interface where a supervisor of a call center can see a snapshot of all the active calls and agents. The supervisor can barge in, whisper, or silent monitor active calls, and much more. Zultys' contact center solution is so robust that I can spend a whole video talking about it. We actually have a separate video on it, so check it out to see what Zultys lets you do. Zack also allows for web chat functionality if you'd like your customers to be able to get in touch with agents via chat on your corporate website. This has to be done in Zack like SMS chat that I showed you earlier. But chat messages will enter the same queue as calls, so agents aren't forced to answer both calls and chats simultaneously. There is also our awesome CAD feature. CAD means call attached data, and it basically lets me take notes on my calls, either freeform or based on a questionnaire depending on what our system administrator configured. And you know what's extra cool? These notes will get passed on with the call when it's transferred. So if I'm calling support to resolve some issue, every time my call is transferred, the notes the previous agent took will be available to the person I'm talking to. I don't need to explain my problem again. I don't need to tell the agent what we tried and haven't tried to resolve it. It can completely transform the experience of your customer for the better. Just imagine the possibilities. Zack also has this nifty button here for a full call log of your recent activity, with caller info and statistics of how long you spent on the call and whether it was for you or your call group. All of this is pretty helpful already, but if you actually need to do formal reports on your call activity, you can purchase MX Report add-on software. This is an extremely robust report software. Customize what data you will see on the report, get visual representation of the data, pie charts, bar graphs. Possibilities are endless. You can set up an automatic report once a week and have it emailed straight to your inbox. And it doesn't matter if your agents are calling from their Teams interface, Zultys will record all that activity in the report so you can make business optimization decisions based on comprehensive data. And for an extra level of integration, Zultys system can communicate directly with your CRM. For example, you can get a little pop-up when you get an incoming call from a client, and when you click on the pop-up, it will open a customer record associated with that caller. You don't need to search for it. If you can't tell from everything I just talked about, Zultys is an extremely robust communication solution that can complement Teams' collaboration solution in a multitude of ways. We can tailor the solution to fit your actual needs. While Microsoft Teams has its benefits, chances are, out of the box, Teams is not going to include every feature that your business needs. And that's where Zultys can help you.